what's up, Clashers? Turn 56 from iKonik here, bringing you another highlight video. And this attack by Kyro was the highlight from iKonik War 126. We'll go ahead and see how he got 3 stars on this base. As always with these videos, first we'll look at the base itself. We'll talk about weaknesses, we'll talk about why the strategy that was employed worked, and then we'll go ahead and watch the replay. But before I get started, if any of the viewers out there know the name of this base, please go ahead and let me know in the comments section. We see it a lot. I don't know if I've ever heard the name of this base, but it'd be kind of nice to know because we see it a lot. And I could add it to our common war base playlist if I know the name. Alright, thanks in advance for that. So, this base here, pretty obvious Teslas in these chambers here. And pretty obvious big bombs out here. And wait, what? What's going on? Oh my gosh, these are 3x3 voids. The east, the north, and the west voids are all 3x3. So I think you can guess what the very first thing Kyro was going to do on this base. One barbarian there, one barbarian there, and one barbarian there. Boom, 3 troop space, cripples this base. 3 giant bombs, completely wasted. Really bad base design. You know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This strategy does not work in war. It works in farming when you're going up against people who don't have a lot of time to prepare and they just have a cookie cutter army built up, and maybe you just gotta hope they just drop all of their giants in there at the same time or something like that. It's a horrible idea in war. You can't have these glory holes for people to take advantage of and pop your giant bombs. So anyways, so once these giant bombs are down, you probably see what I see. This is a very hoggable base. The one downside with hogging this base is it is so dense with defenses in here that it's actually kind of hard to create a directionality with your hogs. They're gonna split unless your kill squad penetrates very, very deeply into the base. It's just gonna happen. Fortunately for Kyro, when he does hog this base, he gets a really nice almost 50-50 split on his hogs. That makes it a lot easier, and he's able to heal them pretty effectively because of how dense these defenses all are. 3 heal spells will cover almost the entirety of the inner chamber of this base. So once he has popped all these giant bombs, he then gets the lure. He's trying to pop this last one as well. He sends in 3 hogs over here. Of course, they like magically work their way around. This guy like comes in and does a little head fake and then comes around over there, and then I think 2 go over here. So they magically path around that giant bomb, but he does get the lure. So after he gets that, he brings them up here. A few Barch, I think, drop down here pretty early, and then he gets some witches down here as well, and the Archer Queen is going to come down. They are going to take out this Clan Castle troop. They're also going to create a little bit of a funnel by, oops, wrong color, taking out a lot of these garbage buildings. Once the Clan Castle kill is pretty much under control with the exception of that balloon, he's going to drop his golem right there in that void, and then he's going to use some wall breakers nicely offset to break in over here, and that's going to allow all of these troops to kind of come into the middle. And once he knows for sure that funnel is up, the king is coming down as well, because he's going to come in, and with the benefit of a jump spell, because the queen is going to be hanging out right on that chamber right there, he's going to take her out just before he dies. So at that point he's good to launch his hogs. He uses a 2-finger drop on these 2 towers over here. And they split up almost 50-50 like I mentioned earlier, about half coming around clockwise and the other half coming around counterclockwise. But he is able to get nice use out of his heal spells, dropping him around here, and eventually both groups meet back up down here in the south, and he's going to have plenty of DPS for cleanup. And I want you to notice as well, he saves 4 wizards for cleanup on the back end here. He does not wait until all of these defenses are totally down. As the hogs path through the base, he drops and whiz behind them. So once these defenses over here are down, he drops a whiz right there. Same down over here, and then on this other side as well. So he does a nice job of kind of jumping back and forth between first the hogs, then the heals, then the wizard, and then another heal, and then a couple more wizards. It's such a nice technique to use while you are going through an attack like this, is to be able to get those cleanup troops down as soon as possible, get them into areas where your hogs have just cleared out the defenses. So let's go ahead and clear all this off, and we'll watch Kyro get a nice 3-star on this base. Remember, kids, always stick something in the glory hole. This base is just completely crippled at this point for hogs because of that. And the magic giant bomb down there doesn't want to get popped. A pretty traditional clan castle kill. He does get his DPS down there pretty quickly. Not a bad idea. Sometimes you want to clear out those garbage buildings a little bit, give your troops a little space to work with. The more garbage buildings are in the area where you're bringing your kill squad, the more distracted they can get by those buildings and target those garbage buildings instead of the clan castle troops. So Golem goes down. Wall breakers let him in. The balloon does manage to get a bomb or two down on the Golem, so he's pretty weak by the time he's inside, but he lasts long enough to tank for this Barb King to get inside and take out that Archer Queen. And here come the hogs. And a nice, looks like a pretty even 50-50 split there. Makes them much easier to heal than if they had split into odd numbers. One big group, one little group. And you can see those wizards coming down on the east and the west already. Not wasting time getting them down. That'll be big later on for cleanup. And then he's dropping a couple more down there in the southwest and the southeast. And that's the last defense right there. Hogs turn on those skellies, and they start doing a number on the garbage buildings. And eventually they're going to take out everything on this base with the exception of the Barb King. I kind of like it when they take out all the buildings. 100% the base, and the Barb King's still standing around, looking around, trying to figure out what just happened. Maybe that's just me. Alright, you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed Kyro's attack there. Hopefully you learned a little something that you can apply to your next attack. Until next time, this is Turn 56, saying keep on clashing.